Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Jackson, and I'm so happy to be with you today at TCEA and IdeaCon. Uh, my presentation is called Create Digital Citizens Using Applied Digital Skills. And I think that this is one of the more important things that we could teach our students in this day and age. I know that you have been living your digital age world for 11, some of you 12 months, kind of getting ready for this, and you've been experiencing this. So I hope that I'm able to share some things with you that you will give you a chance to experiment with some of the tools and to really look at the applied digital skills curriculum. And we'll hopefully start out getting you thinking a little bit about what a citizen is. And in our little world of citizenship today, right now, we're going to talk about what our norms and what our expectations are for this session. And for this session, I want you to be a part of this experience. And it goes so much better if you ask questions, if you talk to each other, if you ask me questions, if you ask each other questions. It all makes for a better experience. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat. There's no question that I won't answer. And also, we'll be using Jamboard and going into one of the classes in the Applied Digital Skills curriculum. So I think that's going to be interactive and a little exciting. And I hope that if you haven't gotten to explore it yet, that you will. And so right now, I'm going to um, ask for any questions or clarifications. I hope those norms are all right with you. Basically, I want you to talk to me and I will talk to you. Hopefully, I won't do all the talking. Um, so here we go. I will respond in the chat, and this is a recording, so feel free also to pause and click around on the different tools. And they're not going in away. The Jamboard that I'm going to use, I'm not going to delete it or anything, so you can look at it and play with it a little bit if you'd like. But just like I would with a classroom, I'd ask you um, to remember to be kind to each other, and we're going to learn from each other. And I just really appreciate the time that you are taking to learn with me today. So here we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is what is a digital citizen? What is digital citizenship? And what is a citizen at its basic level? What is a citizen? Now, we're going to go to Jamboard here, and on your link on your handout, you can click on the bit.ly that I've created here. I will also drop it in the chat as we go, so you can access it there. So what Jamboard is an interactive page where I can pose a question to you and that you can interact with the board and with each other. And it's part of the Google Workspace. And I have asked, what is digital citizenship? So basically, if you haven't seen it before, um, don't pause just yet, but let's talk about how you actually use it. On the left-hand side of the screen here is a column that has the tools that you can use to write on this board. It's like a whiteboard that you could use in your classroom or smartboard. Um, so there are highlighters. So if you click on the More button right next to the highlighter, you can see the colors and the width and the type of pens that are there. There's an eraser that you can use. There's a pointer so that you can point to different things and move your boxes around. This is a text box. And so with that pointer selected, I can move that text box around. And so that's really great for reordering and organizing your thoughts. and brainstorming with others, as I'm sure the ideas are popping in your brain right now. Down below, is a sticky note. And the sticky note, you can choose whatever color of sticky note that you want. You click in the colored area and you can type what you want to say and then click save, and that will make the sticky note go up on our Jamboard. Now, the I can move these around. They always drop down on the same spot. So two people making a sticky note will the sticky notes will drop right one on top of the other. So as a teacher, you will have to move them around and organize them. The students can organize their own if they put several of them on there, or they can move their own around. But the teacher is the only one who can move everyone's around. And now below that, you can add an image. And this is just the traditional Google search for an image box. And underneath that are shapes. You can, right now it's set on circle. Since it's highlighted, I can just delete it or click backspace. But also, if you click on the little triangle next to it, you can choose the shape that you want. And I love that there's an arrow, a pointer, and triangles and different shapes that you can use. And also here is the text box. I'm just clicking once on here and then once on the background, and then I can type. So now as you type, the color is the same as what the last color I used. So if I want to change this for some reason, wouldn't, because it'd be very difficult to see. Um, you just change it up here. So here are some titles. I've made this into large text. I can change into subtitle, title, normal, caption, etc. So captions would be good for images. So here we go. I think that's everything. Oh, this is how I set the background. I can change into various configurations and colors. And the image upload is how I chose the TCEA image for our background. So that way the students, it's not just a picture that's been enlarged, it's actually stuck there and the kids kept moving around. Also, I can clear the frame if I need to quickly between classes or something, and I want something to some of the everything to go away, and we're going to start again fresh with the next group for brainstorming, whatever. Then, as you look at the top, there are arrows that point to the right and to the left, and I have created 3 cards. The it just cycles through. But also you can click on the down triangle in the middle there, and it shows you kind of in a ribbon how where the cards are. Now I can add a frame in between, and also I can duplicate or delete them as the teacher, as the creator of this jam. All right, so here we go. So now you've got, your basic instructions. I would like to hear from you what you think of digital citizenship. What is digital citizenship? And the second question, what is a citizen? So my expectation is that I'm going to see you try this out and type some words in there, and so it'll get some conversation going. My thoughts on what is a citizen is that citizenship is learned. And I believe it's learned in the culture where the person grows up. And as we meet people and as we interact with people, we get to learn and we get to understand what the culture is. And I always made it a big part of my classroom to start out every year, every semester actually, or after every long break. We went over the class culture, and um, we made a chart about things that we wanted to um, how we wanted to feel in our class, and had that we wanted to be comfortable with each other, and we wanted to be kind to each other and encouraging to each other. And all of these things built the culture of the class. And my students were citizens, and they learned that culture because we lived it every day and that we reinforced it. So the way I approach this digital citizenship is that we need to teach directly to our students how to behave online in the digital world. And these kinds of lessons that we'll go over in just a few minutes are very useful, not necessarily for the tech aspect, but they are really good and they have a variety of technology lessons to use, but they are wonderful. The whole other half of it is how to be a good citizen to each other and to help each other learn and to be there for each other and support each other and be positive and basically to make the world a better place. So I think that that is the key for me, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, is because I want students to know that they can learn the way our culture in our classroom is going to play out. That I want to teach them directly. So how what is a citizen? So we have to define what the citizen is, and then we'll talk about how can we translate that into digital citizenship. There's a difference in real life citizenship and digital citizenship. And so I think that this would be a good time to just start brainstorming ideas. And then also, how might we teach students about digital citizenship? So, what ideas are already out there and other curriculums that we'll go over and I'll show you and we'll discuss in our the other parts of the web page that we've got for you. So, pause right now, take a minute, and think about digital citizenship and what exactly is digital citizenship. And I'll put the link back up here for the jam. I'll be right back. Well, thank you for pausing and taking some time to think about that and write your thoughts on the Jamboard. And next, we're going to a website that I've prepared for you. It's got the resources that you need, and I'm really excited to bring that to you. It's up here on the screen, and um, I will also drop it in the chat. So I'll see you over there. Alrighty. So we're here at the website with the same name as the presentation, Create Digital Citizens Using Applied Digital Skills. And I really want this to be something useful for you. Please let me know what you think in the chat, and you're welcome to click around. But right now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about learning technology. It's more than knowledge, knowing the skills, like how to post an Instagram photo or how to make a website or any of those things. It's the purpose behind those activities and the learning and the content that's happening while the student is creating, oh, let's say a page all about me. They're doing that self exploration and understanding themselves and then putting what's important in the technology. So that's what is important to me about this digital skills whole topic. So I want you to understand that I'm here to help students understand that they can reside in a digital space and make a difference in their real life space. Because these students that we have grown up with the internet. They don't know the difference, and that most of them have learned about the internet from their friends, which um, because most parents don't sit down and instruct their students, or maybe they did at the beginning, but then they're kind of off on their own. And at a time when peers are so important to students, then they're going to listen to their friends more than their parents. And unfortunately, we know that's true. So, as teachers, we need to be proactive and help our students understand that their real life can be affected by their digital life. And that's the whole point of this, is that they are connected, and the students in the future will probably not even need paper resumes or any kind of resumes. It'll all be digital, and they may not even have to have one, because employers can just do a Google search or do an internet search of the person's activities, and that tells them what kind of an employee that they may or may not want to interview. So before I get ahead of myself, I think that it's important for students to understand these things, and it's our place to teach them. So here's just the 4 slides, a link back to the presentation if you want it, and there's my contact information. I'm happy to answer any questions if I kind of stumbled around here and I didn't say what I meant to say. But one of the questions back on the Jamboard was, how might we teach students about digital citizenship? It's important to take the time to be in the space where the students are able to use the information and use the content, use the technology, and make the mistakes there in a non-threatening environment. That's why role play is so important in classrooms, when you are talking about feelings and emotions, and helping students sort out and making good decisions, logically think things through. If they don't have practice doing that, they will just emotionally make the best thing that pops into their head, or the first thing their friend says, you need to do this. Well, oh, okay, I'm confused, so I'm going to do what you say. So we need to give them the tools. And I'm really excited that there are real life examples of things like decision making stems, that conversations that students can do and practice in our classroom in a safe space, so that the consequences of their decision making won't ruin their life. So they get a chance to practice things first before it becomes very serious as they get older. So this is what is covered in, it's part of the Google for Education content for students, and it's called Be Internet Awesome. I want to talk about that first before we go to applied digital skills, because these are the things that are useful to students, and it's useful for teachers to organize the lessons that they want to teach. So and I'm just going to give you the tip of the iceberg, because we don't have enough time to cover the whole thing. But you are really going to like this. Number one, it's in English and Spanish. And also, the tip sheet is a PDF, but it has all the different areas of the Be Internet Awesome curriculum. And I'm going to click on this link here, and then I'll come back in a moment and we'll talk about it. Okay, so I shortened the link because it's a very long link to have to type in. So you might see a redirect from bit.ly. That's the program that I use to shorten links. So the first section, there are 5 sections in Be Internet Awesome. It's Be Smart, Be Internet Smart. Tips to help you be smart online. I like this because there are 5 specific points of instruction for students. And if they get 3 out of these 5, that's going to be great. Um, so just look at them. Take a moment and put your response into the chat. Be a positive presence online, just like IRL, in real life. And I love how they use that because the students use text talk all the time, and it just fits them. Think before you post, protect your secrets. Don't assume that people online will see you the way you think they'll see you. And then it's always important to respect other people's privacy choices, even if they aren't choices you'd make yourself. So there's a whole underlying field and feeling of respect of Be Internet Smart. And then there's Be Internet Strong, which I really think is awesome because it tells specific ways to create a strong password. How do I do a strong password? And it walks students through in the curriculum. It'll walk through students through on how to create a strong password. Switching it up, how it's wise to change your password every now and then. Get creative, and it gives you different ways, different methods to do that. And then avoid getting personal. If everyone knows you love the Dallas Cowboys, then don't make that part of your password. Don't hesitate to change your password if you feel like it's been compromised. And jumping back up here for tip 5, the cool thing about this program is that uh, it gives students the opportunity to think about a trusted adult and to choose someone they would like to go to if they need help. So if whether it's going to be a parent or an older sibling or guardian or teacher or whatever, find someone that they can trust. And then if that way, if something happens and their password is compromised, they don't panic and do nothing or try to cover it up or pretend it didn't happen, so that they know, okay, I need to talk to my trusted adult because I don't know what to do about this. So I really like that it helps students not feel so isolated and helps them understand that they can trust adults. Um, Also, Be Internet Alert, tips to help you be alert online. And there's a whole section on phishing and how to look for verifiable websites and not falling for scams. And um, don't feel stupid if it happens to you because it can happen to anyone. And also, and then remember that a website or ad can't tell if there's anything wrong with your device. So there are scams that will say, well, we know there's something wrong with your machine. Well, that's a scam. And so um, it's really a good way to put real life situations in a way that the students can handle. Then also there's Be Internet Kind. Oh my gosh. Be an upstander. The biggest part here is be an upstander, not a bystander. And do simple actions to turn negative interactions into positive ones. How to defuse situations. Lovely, lovely advice. Um, Also, making good decisions when choosing what to say and how to deliver it. So, being kind when you're actually speaking to people and spread kindness online. Some of the for tip number 5, there are some activities where students can learn to do kind things for other people, and it's really very cool. I like that section. And then there's Be Internet Brave, and it kind of goes along with Be Internet Strong because you can be an upstander, not a bystander, but say something if you found something negative, talk it out, report or block the inappropriate content, and get proof. Show your students how to create a screenshot to show what they saw that made them feel uncomfortable. Um, so you're showing your students, you're giving them the tools to uh, verify what they're talking about and not to be afraid if they got a message or something from a stranger. Show your trusted adult and block and report them. And so with students, I think they need to know that there is hope. There's something we can do. And if not, there's at least someone they can talk to. So that's I wanted to cover this before we got into the technology lessons, and I'm going to um, pause for a minute and get the other section ready, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so now we're back, and we've talked about the Be Internet Awesome curriculum, and I hope you get a chance to click around and enjoy that and really dig deep into that curriculum. It's really lovely. It's awesome. It can be um, tackled with older students, with younger students. Of course, with younger students, you're gonna, kindergarten teachers, you know how you're gonna deal with them. But so here we go. When we teach students how to use technology for learning and speaking, we are teaching them how to be digital citizens. So that's how we do it. We show them how to use their citizenship skills, but in the digital space. And one thing that this is where we get into the applying the digital skills so that not only are the students learning how to use a spreadsheet, but they're learning how to use a spreadsheet to make a budget, or they're learning how to use a table to organize a checklist or a digital table like either in a Word document or a Google Doc or some kind of a word processing type program. So I have created a course, and there are lessons in the applied digital skills that you can access and parents can access, guardians can access. They don't even have to have a Google account. So they're there for the learning, and things like resume writing and interview skills, all those they're in there for adults and for guardians and for just people to better themselves. So that's what makes me very excited about it. So I'm going to click on this, the Applied Digital Skills No Sign In, so that anyone can access. There we go. And now you'll notice it has the sign in box. So I am not signed in as a teacher or as a student or anything. The way this is organized is there's the menu bar where if you want to teach the lessons, if you want to learn them, these are great skills for anyone. And these are the all the lessons and then the resources that are available for the user. Now, you can sort by audience, like the grade of the students. Notice it starts with late elementary. That's what this is designed for. So fourth, fifth, probably students who are a little bit higher on the reading ability, um, who can follow a set of directions. Uh, but you be the judge. If you want to be the guide, you can all do the lessons as a class, and where a teacher um, shows the students what they're supposed to be doing and then gives them a chance to do the lesson on their devices. Or the teacher can assign the lessons to the student. She can assign or he can assign in Google Classroom. And notice at the bottom right of the lessons are Google Classroom, where it goes right in into the assignments, or there's another section where a teacher can, if they don't have Google Classroom, they can create a class right here in the Applied Digital Skills area, and they can have the students join with a code and just run it through this website. So it's really, really awesome. Now, these continue on with the filters. You can filter by age of the student, but also the tool that you want them to use. So if you really feel like you want to focus on some kind of a spreadsheet so that your students need to learn how to use formulas, they need to learn how to do a spreadsheet um, activity, then you click on that and that will sort and filter all of the lessons so that everything on here now is using a spreadsheet. The cool thing about the lessons, and I'll let you click around in this in a minute, is that the all of the lessons have video instructions. So someone walks the students through. It can be totally independent. It can be done in pairs. It can be done in small groups, um, or large groups, as I said before. So if you want just to demonstrate how a skill is done with the technology, and you're not too sure about the technology, put them on this and everyone learns together, and do this as a class, and you can talk about what you've learned, and how you learned more about technology and how to do these skills. So I'm going to uncheck this because I want to talk about collections. If you want to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, you don't have to wait till February. But this collection is there, and it's a collection of 2 lessons. There is a research component, and there's another component. I'm going to click on it. There we go. So you start teaching in 4 steps. Here are 2 lessons from that are in this collection. So okay, so you do the research, and then you show appreciation to someone else with a Google slide presentation. And then you can always give feedback and share your stories. And one other thing about feedback, Google really does look at the feedback from these applied digital skills curriculum. As a matter of fact, a lot of changes came about in the fall as a result of teachers and parents making suggestions by just clicking on this little question mark right over here. So if you do have a suggestion or a question, go ahead and click on that question mark, and then report an issue or suggestion or something like that. And a real live human will actually read that and decide what to do, whether to add it to the list or start a new list, or maybe that's something that's already underway. So I've actually clicked on there and gotten a response from someone. So that was really awesome, and I was really happy to see that. Okay, so these collections, some have more lessons than others. Um, some are time-based, certain time of the year. And then these are collections, but down here are just individual lessons. So for example, making a promotional flyer. It tells you on the card itself how long the lesson will probably take. And also here is add to class, and the one on the left is for the class actually in the applied digital skills curriculum, and the one on the right is to add to Google Classroom. Um, let's see, and right now it's sorted by most popular, but you can change that sorting feature. So right now I want to go back and jump in and look at our Jamboard. I added some slides to the Jamboard because I wanted people to have an opportunity to ask different questions that were not specific to digital citizenship, maybe the technology. Um, so do you have any follow-up questions for me? Go back to the Jamboard, and that link is on the second slide. There it is. It's the second slide. You click on that, and then you just move across to number 5. Couple things I didn't mention before about Jamboard is these 3 more take action buttons. You can click on them. You can rename this jam. You can download the whole thing as a PDF, which is really awesome if you want to document some really good work that your students have done. And you can save the frame as an image. If I wanted to just save this one as a JPEG and then put it in the presentation somewhere else, I could do that. Or I could also remove the whole thing or make a copy of the whole thing. So, and this is also another place for feedback. Again, use the feedback. It's very good. It's very useful. Okay, so That's on the Jamboard. Any feedback or any questions, drop them in the chat. Here are the lessons. And right now I'm going to find the class. I'm going to log in and I'll see you on the other side because I'm going to open our class and show you what it looks like. Well, I'm back again, and this is the main screen that the teacher sees when there are classes created in Applied Digital Skills. This is the class I created, and our code is right up here. Oh, it's on our website. Sorry. Here it is, GSSMC7, and it is case sensitive. Um, so that is, if you want to take the time to sign in now to look at the assignment that I've given this class, it you go in to you click on that link on our website, and then oh, I was just right over here. Sorry. Okay. Then you sign in, and it'll ask you, are you teacher or are you student? If you choose teacher, that's okay, because I'm going to show you right now how to switch from teacher to student. Now, this is in the Applied Digital Skills work. So over here, you see your teacher designation and then your picture, and you go to My Profile. And then in your profile, it says over here, account type, switch to student. I'm not going to click on it right now because I'm going to let you guys take that. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you can see other students. I'm sorry, let me put it this way. I'm going to show you what it looks like as a teacher when you can see your students working. So they don't have to be in the same room as you for you to see their progress. And I'm going to put my glasses on for this part. All right. So I'm still a teacher and I want to go to my classes. And since I'm recording this ahead of time, no one has actually worked in this, but here is a class that I have had other students in. So I clicked on it like a teacher would, and it tells you the progress summary. It tells you the number of students, what percentage they have completed. And then if I clicked here, I'm not going to right now because it'll show us all the names, and these are actually teachers. This was a teacher class, but they were just trying stuff and clicking around. But anyway, that's what you can get. You can view the lesson and view the materials, and you can view the progress. And this just had one activity in it. This other one had, so 20 people on this one used Google Drive to organize files and folders. I love this because it does give you the overview of the whole class. Well, this is Applied Digital Skills, and this is our class. So click on there, log in, and sign up as a student, and you can put that code in, and you'll join our class. And just see what it looks like from that end. Okay, here's a choice board I made. It just has lessons interspaced with activities from a Interland game. It's a game. The third part of this whole digital curriculum is a game for students to practice making decisions. So they'll play, play, play. It kind of looks like a Mario's Brothers interface. They play, 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 and then it stops and it asks them a question. If they get it right, they go on. If they get it wrong, they got to go back again. So they play, 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 and go through. And they can earn badges and you as the instructor can make a big deal out of that if you'd like. But if you have any questions, my name's Karen Jackson, and my email's at the bottom here. I also have a website. You can contact me and find out more about that information. I also have a frequently asked questions page, and this has links to other applied digital skills curriculum. So I think that these will be useful for you as well. I really appreciate you doing my survey at the end of this whole session. The link will be sent to you. And TCEA and IdeaCon, I really appreciate those people getting together and really um, being strong and going forward with such great experiences. I just love TCEA, and this virtual experience was really brilliant, and I'm really happy that they decided to go this direction. Create Dig Sit is my hashtag that I created. So if you do social media, if you would like to um, tweet or Insta or Facebook or FB, I'd appreciate the mention. Thank you so much and have a fabulous day.